Thanks, Joe. It's not everyone who can take their hobby to the bank, but Sujoy Roy made headlines last year when he packed in a bright future in banking to become Britain's first professional online gamer. One of the best Quake players in the world, Sujoy is currently limbering up for the World Quake 3 Championship in California and joins us here in the studio to tell us more about it. Thanks so much for joining us, Sujoy.
No problem.
What's it like being a gamer?
It's an interesting lifestyle. I mean, coming from banking as I did, it just gives me so much more freedom. I get the chance to do what I like, and more importantly, I get the chance to sleep in the morning.
Was it a real sort of career decision to decide to give up banking?
Yeah, it was a tough move because obviously I had a pretty good career going, and it was new territory. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out, but it was a hobby before, and it was something I loved to do. And I think sometimes you just got to take chances, and this one worked out for me.
Is it something that you can really make a living out of? I mean, because to many people, being a professional player like that, they begin to think, well, you know, how can you do it? How does it work?
Yeah, it's very tough to make a living out of it, and it's something that's growing. Obviously, the actual game industry is huge, but what I'm doing is multiplayer gaming and going to tournaments and competitions, which is pretty new. But I mean, there's money coming into this. Last year we had 2 tournaments for $100,000 in America, and this year, you know, they're getting bigger. There's like more openings. You know, people can get sponsored by various companies now. So there's money there to be made if you can, you know, break out and do something new.
No, you're a big Quake player, aren't you? And I think there's a big Quake 3 Championship coming up. Tell us about that.
That's right. There's going to be a World Championship in America, and what's going to happen is every country will have their own national squad, and that, you know, that brings a new level of interest because it doesn't matter who you are or whether you play the game. You know, you've got someone to follow, and you know, it's going to be great fun to see people from all over the world in one place competing.
It's quite exciting, isn't it? Because basically anybody can be a gamer. So I mean, you know, there's an anonymity to it.
Yeah, when you're playing online, you could basically be playing anyone. Could be a girl, a boy, you know, someone disabled, someone. There's even deaf players. There's all sorts of people.
Let's pick up on that because it does, in a sense, break down barriers, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are, what physical capabilities you have. You might not be a great footballer, but you know, you can get online and use your skills to be great at a multiplayer game.
Now, how do you get really good at gaming? Is it basically a question of training like any other sport? Are there some people who have a greater aptitude for playing games, you know, that they're quick anyway?
I don't think there's like a perfect type of person for this. It really depends on how much time you want to put into playing, training, how much thought you put into it. I think anyone could become great at becoming a game player. So, you know, it really opens up doors for everyone.
So, I mean, how can you actually get to the top of the tree as a gamer? Do you plan to get to the top of the tree as a professional gamer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think everyone who plays has this competitive streak, and they all want to win. You know, that's what drives people here. And for me personally, it means, you know, practicing a lot. And it involves a lot of analysis. I look back on games I've played, think about how I could do better, look forward, and potential opponents, I think about how to beat them. You really have to study the game.
Where's online gaming going? You know, what's the next step? What's the apex?
I think with the internet becoming bigger and bigger, you know, you're getting massively multiplayer games. You're getting, you know, thousands of people all in the same arena interacting. You know, it's becoming a huge virtual world where you can meet anyone, play against anyone.
So it's quite an exciting prospect, isn't it? I mean, it's a lot of interaction there.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing about it is it's so convenient and easy to do. You don't have to be ready to pack up and head off somewhere. You can just do it from the comfort of your own home.
Thanks very much for joining us, Sujoy.